Now, why does Obanai have a snake around his neck? Well, the plain answer could be because he is the snake Hashira. However, before Obanai, was there even a snake Hashira? Also, so does Obanai carry a snake around his neck because he is the snake Hashira, or is he the snake Hashira because he carries a snake around his neck? Now, if you're as confused as I was, then hi, I'm Buzo Martin, the African Otaku, and in this video we'll be getting to know more about Obanai and his snake Kaburamaru. Also, do note that this video contains spoilers from the manga. With that said, let's get down to business. Now, in case you hadn't figured out the obvious, Obanai is the only demon slayer in the anime who carries a snake around his neck almost all the time. However, contrary to some might believe, he doesn't wear a snake to look more badass. Although I would admit the snake does make for a rather nice fashion accessory. Also, he doesn't wear it to intimidate anyone. No, the reason is much more humane, and for us to understand this, we have to delve back in time to see how Obanai's relation with snakes came to be. In the beginning, Obanai was the first boy born into his family after 370 years. Now, you'd think this would be a cause for joyous celebration and all-round joy. The last thing that will come to your mind is, oh boy, how wonderful, let's sell him to a demon and see how much we can make. Unfortunately, Obanai was born into a family of thieves who worshipped a demon and made their fortune off of the riches stolen from the demon's hundreds of victims. This demon took the form of a half-snake, half-human hybrid, basically the Medusa of Japan, and she had a particular fondness for newborn babies, which the family sacrificed to her in exchange for their wealth. However, as the first boy born in centuries, and also because of his unique set of eyes, the snake demon decided to keep Obanai locked up and fattened, just like the witch in the Hansel and Gretel story, to be made plumpy and juicy for when she could finally feast. When he turned 12 years old, the snake demon cut Obanai's mouth from both sides to make him look like her. Obanai was later returned to his cell, where he was to live the rest of his days in perpetual agony, waiting for when Miss Demon would finally be ready to eat him for dinner. Unable to cope with living in this constant fear, Obanai resorted to devising a plan to escape from the cell. Just like I'm constantly trying to devise sinister plans to make you subscribe to this channel. It was in these trying times that a teeny weeny little snake somehow strayed into his cage, and this snake later became his only companion, who he named Kaburamaru, and thus Obanai never considered Kaburamaru a pet, but as his most precious friend. Obanai and Kaburamaru somehow managed to flee the cell, but he eventually got chased down by the snake demon. To his surprise, the flame Hashira Rengoku Shinjiro turned up in front of him out of nowhere and defeated the demon effortlessly. After listening to what had happened to Obanai, Shinjiro tried to reunite him with his family, but on getting there, to their surprise, the clan had been killed off by the snake demon before she began chasing for Obanai. His cousin who survived the attack rejected him and even attacked him, blaming him for their family's death, proclaiming that he should have just let himself be eaten for the family's sake. This and everything he had gone through at the hands of his family made Obanai develop a huge disdain for women in general. Looking at the situation, Rengoku took Obanai along with him to the Demon Slayer Corps. While his past took a heavy toll on him, he promptly trained himself to become a Demon Slayer and rank up to the Hashira level. Using his combat abilities in conjunction with Kaburamaru, Obanai became one of the most powerful combatants of the Demon Slayer Corps. With his backstory, it seemed that he didn't just randomly pick up a pet snake or decide a snake would make an awesome neck warmer. Rather, Kaburamaru is considered to be his best friend and his most precious ally. And when I say ally, I do mean ally. As it turns out, Obanai's different colored irises are not a fashion statement from the gods, but an actual eye defect which rendered him almost blind in his right eye, containing the stunning yellow iris. So Kaburamaru, in addition to being his best friend and neck warmer, also acts as his glasses. Yes, Obanai is mostly dependent on his snake Kaburamaru to compensate for his partial blindness. If you're still left guessing by now, Kaburamaru isn't just an ordinary snake, no. He possesses a peculiar ability to discern and anticipate movements of his targets and then relays the information to Obanai. Obanai mastered his breathing style in conjunction with Kaburamaru and created the serpent breathing, which is why his swordsmanship mimics the movement patterns of a snake. So yeah, the answer to the first question, he is the snake Hashira because he wears a snake skin neck warmer around his neck. Kaburamaru and Obanai are connected to a level where each of them can sense each other's emotions to a greater extent, just as much as you can sense how happy I will be when you hit this huge subscribe button. Kaburamaru is also capable of understanding human speech, just in case you were wondering how they both communicate, though I still can't say if Obanai understands snake language all that well. However, their deep connection is truly witnessed during the final fight against Muzan. Unfortunately, during the battle, Obanai gets his eyes clawed off. Yes, his one good eye included, rendering him unable to see anymore. But with the help of Yushiro's talisman, Obanai is able to connect his vision to Kaburamaru's sight. To explain better, all Kaburamaru was previously able to do was relay information concerning the things he sees to Obanai. But after getting completely blinded, Obanai is able to see through Kaburamaru's eyes thanks to the talisman provided by Yushiro. Now I don't know how closer they can get before we'd have to surgically conjoin them at the hips. And now that we've perfectly understood why Obanai carries a snake around his neck, watch this next video to see why Gyomei is always crying in Demon Slayer. Trust me, there's a real reason behind it. Watch and see.